her though, because she doesn't even say anything too tough. She just lets people say what they're gonna say.
Has always done makeup and stuff.
I don't like social media. People are wicked. People are so mean.
Yeah, so here's your point. You got the email with the rundown. Yeah, so do you know what to do? I know.
Adjusting, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm also like kind of a little bit. It is a good room, isn't it? actually have to do this. And we all hear really deep things all the time, and I don't take it for granted. Like, I think it's a really beautiful thing, if I'm being honest.
We do need the community.
Am I allowed to have emotions like that?
Family.
How am I going to be viewed? The blackness. We're quicker to show anger than to show sadness.
I just don't think love by itself, for a romantic relationship and a life partner, someone you're doing life with and all they bring you is love.
That's also a good point. We don't know.
Yeah, we're live.
Hi, everyone. Hi, welcome to the Listeners' Couch. We're in a different studio. So that even looking just then felt weird. Welcome to the Listeners' Couch, where psychology meets culture. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Amani.
I am Dr. Shadiq.
And I'm Dr. Cheryl.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, I love that. The guests are open us up, people.
I love it.
You never get that.
I know. Our own horn.
Bring them back again.
We have two amazing guests with us today. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Micah Shakiri.
And I'm Rico Bolin.
Yes. And you guys together make Four Deuce Media.
Well, just the two of us at the moment.
Yeah.
Our director's not here. There's the three of us at the moment
Yes.
making 4Ds. I mean, there's other people as well that are helping out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
4Ds Media.
For this media.
Pop
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, we actually need the horns.
We need the
and
horns.
I need something.
Oh, and to be fair, we should have something that's like Carnival.
Of course.
Carnival. Like, it's Carnival weekends.
I should
Not
put my
even
flag
a
at just
little
every time.
whistle.
For
Something.
the horn.
Oh, yeah, soul pan.
So annoying. Sometimes. Some little kid just blow it. I'm like, oh my days.
Like, no.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for Carnival. Guys, it's my first Carnival this weekend. Yeah.
What?
That's in like doing mass. So I've been. I was like really like
The shock.
as a Jamaican. No, but it's my first time playing mass on Sunday. Yeah, I'm doing dirty mass. Yeah,
Come on.
I'm scared.
It's gonna be
Amazing.
It's a long, beautiful day.
It's gonna be a good time. When's the last time you went? Did you go last year?
No.
When's the last time you went?
20. Wait, I think the year I moved to London. 2019.
Oh,
Wow, is it a return?
Yeah, like just the year before COVID. Yeah. And then I think 2 years before that, I came from Birmingham just for Carnival.
Did Carnival happen during COVID? Or was there no Carnival that year?
It wasn't
No,
Carnival.
it's a carnival.
No, it couldn't have been.
No,
I actually can't remember that year. You know, it's so weird.
So the long lost daughter returns.
Yeah.
What, me? Yeah, doing it full like dirty mats. Like it's Cheryl's coming with me, so
Come on.
yeah. But she's a seasoned veteran. Okay, she's there to guide
The
me.
first time I missed Carnival was last year.
Really?
Since I was maybe 11.
Oh my.
Wow.
Really?
Why?
Yeah, I go
Why?
every single year.
How did you feel? Did you feel weird?
I cried.
Yeah.
I actually cried because I was doing my thesis. It was a really crappy summer last summer. So like coming towards the end of the course, trying to get last bits done. People were calling me from Carnival. Just come. It's not too late at 3 o'clock. You know, I live in Essex. They were like, just come. It's gonna be fine. I'm like, I'm putting my phone on airplane mode. This is depressing.
But you know what? If you use your logic though, you could have just dipped in and dip out. You know what I mean?
It's true.
No, with a deadline. No. With a deadline in like 2 days. It was not
Right.
doable. If I could have taken the thesis with me and done it on the road, I would have done it. It wasn't going to work out. I just had to accept it, man. It was a really sad,
No,
sad
not
2
catching
days.
a wine between typing up your.
Imagine
Yeah,
the shows.
No, the thing is, I need to do it properly because this one will judge me if I don't do it properly.
100%. I will judge heavily.
Amen.
This is in my veins.
Amen.
So I'm waiting for Dr. Amani's debrief.
Absolutely.
But I need to hear that you went to the end.
Yes.
When the music shuts off.
What time is
end.
that?
I think it's 7 or 8. They changed it and made it earlier, but I think it's back to like 7 p.m.
Really?
Yeah, about 7.
But also, it depends where our truck is
True.
in the lineup. So depending where like the end point, that is a start point and end point. So when to the point it gets to the end point is different for every truck. So if our truck's right in the middle, it's going to be different.
I don't
If
know.
it's right
Right
at the
track is,
end.
babe.
And the thing is,
I don't
yeah,
know either. We're going to find out.
Wait. Yeah. Oh, so you don't even know. 'Cause I was about to actually ask, when does it start and like when does it end? Like this.
Listen, once that rum's in that system starts punching us,
It doesn't matter.
it
The
doesn't
main
matter.
thing is you got your drink, you find your truck,
Amen.
you will find where the truck is. Usually they send an email, they'll say we'll be on this road, meet at this time, or we're going to set off at this time because they have different set off times. You go, as long as you're there, you're good, and you just stay with the truck. And when it ends, it ends. There's no...
That's the real carnival. Yep, shots fired. That's the real carnival. Of course, you have the sound systems and you have different types of music. But if you want real carnival experience, soca, you already know where to go. Follow the floats, everything good, nice, and you understand.
All right. You're funny, man.
That's why you need the alarm now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Brent's in
no.
the background shaking his head.
I don't know why Brent's not coming to Carnival.
Yeah, Brent, why aren't you coming to Carnival? It's because he's working.
Responsible.
He's apparently it would be dangerous for all of us if he was on road. The wine would be too wicked.
Too wicked.
Down.
Wicked.
Natural
Yeah.
disaster.
Oh.
So actually, you know what? Yeah, please stay in the studio. Please don't come.
We need
Scary
everyone to be
scenes.
safe.
How is everyone in general? How are you guys?
I'm amazing now. I mean,
He was
But yeah.
depressed earlier. Now he's
yeah, now I'm
joking.
great. I'm checking it out, but I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. But I'm even better now, and it's lovely to be with you guys.
Okay, good.
Oh, thank
and of
you.
course, my lovely friend here.
Yeah, I'm good, and I'm excited, and I love promoting what we're doing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's good fun.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for these opportunities with you lot.
Yeah,
And I love what you
absolutely.
do as well.
Oh, thank you. No, we're keen to hear
Yeah.
about everything that
Yeah.
you've been doing and your story, like the backstory, everything. You know what? Should we just get
straight
into
into
it?
it,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. Should we do
I
it in
wanna
session? Yeah. Yes.
I'm so proud.
Forties Media. Can I refer to you guys as that, or like do
You can
it?
say
Oh,
Rico,
yes.
Micah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, 40s media.
Tell us the story behind 4days Media and your film, everything. Yeah.
Amazing. So behind 4Deuce Media in general is founded by the director and the writer of the projects that we do, Daniel Glenn Barber. He has just been the forefront of it all. He's brilliant, and I feel like every time we go anywhere, he's really here in spirit. You know what I mean? So even when we were doing this and discussing this, he's sending his love, and he's even before I know sending messages like "Good luck, guys," everything. Like he's really just like the force behind it. And I guess with this project that we're doing right now, The Worth of Life, it stars myself and Rico, who have been a part of 4Deuce Media now since 2021, I'd say. I think we both
Okay.
Yeah, actually.
both started the same year. So it's been quite the journey, going from like project to project. And as actors, it's been a wonderful journey for us to kind of improve and to develop and to see ourselves in this industry. And to have that kind of guidance as well. Has been amazing from Daniel and through the entire team at 4Deuce Media. But where we are now, where we're not just actors, but we're now filmmakers, where we got to do some more behind the scenes stuff, and we got to really put our hands into what the producing's like, what the writing's like. It's just been really wonderful, and where we are now is The Worth of Life, which I'm going to tell you about now. In short, The Worth of Life is it's a feature film about a young film director who hires a videographer to film a day of his life, but unbeknownst to the videographer, this director plans to die by suicide by the end of the day. So it's really us as an audience following these two people, very unlikely duo, who go through a day, learn more about each other, and through, of course, the ups and downs and revelations about this and that, we get to where the film really does get to. So that's really what the film's about, and looked into men's mental health and things like that, and suicide and grief and loneliness, all these different things that not just affect men, but affect people. I think one thing that was really intriguing about this was the fact that when we first of all premiered the film in June 11th, we affected a lot of people with this film, and that was really touching to kind of get thank yous from not just men but women, and every different people. So that I feel like this journey for this film thus far has been very rewarding. Of course, not just with the literal, tangible rewards that you get when you make a film, but psychologically, like we've learned more about each other, and we've learned through other people what this film can do, and I think that's really what reignited our kind of, I'd say the love's always been there, but I'd say not reignited, but pushed the love for what we do, I'd say, even more. So yeah, this has been quite the experience thus far.
Literally.
Yeah.
You were saying people thanked you. I'm just curious about what kind of messages or what was being said to you after they'd viewed that, because maybe they connected with it, but if there are any specific ways so people listening know how it's been helpful or why people were so grateful.
Yeah.
I mean, I got thanked as well by people coming up to me and saying about their family members had passed away as well through suicide and stuff like that, and ways they got over it was in similarities in what we showed in the film or other ways that they did as well that helped them. And it's a good message to, you know, show to the world that this stuff happens quite a lot. And those were like the thank yous for like helping spread awareness in that sense. And I kept saying to everyone that making the film was rewarding, but I think if we were able to save one person's life, then I think we've done our job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think I know, like, I got told this by someone was actually meant to come to the premiere, but didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm on about?
I know who you're talking about.
He didn't come to premiere. And if he did, it might have helped him because he's no longer with us through the same reason we found out. So these are like the reasons why when Daniel came to me with the script about it, I knew it was a strong message, so I wanted to be part of it because of that. And sometimes I think about that I got told that because he was meant to come, he didn't come. That probably could have helped him, but that's what we're trying to promote as much as we can.
Yeah, no, of course. So Daniel came up with the script and the concepts and everything, okay.
And I remember when I was pitched this film, I think we were just filming something else. We filmed our previous film, which is called Making a Short. And I think we were just kind of, I was watching him edit because I love to watch him edit. He's like a wizard behind the keyboards, and I was just staying over, and he came to me with this idea that he had a lot in his heart, and he wanted to talk about this. And I think when he came out to me with this idea, and we started to brainstorm and kind of go, okay, this is what we could do, and this is what's the foundation, and why are we doing this? And I think for me, it struck at like the perfect time because I think it was very heavy on my heart, themes of men's mental health, because my mental health was, I'd say, bettering. I'd had my own loss during that time, and I think I was refinding life after that, kind of like going through working and everything. And he was very instrumental in, of course, making me feel that, okay, this is the rhythm again, this is the rhythm, let's get back to it. So I think when he came to me with this, it very much felt like God's timing. It very much felt like, okay, this is something I need to understand, and that understanding of how do I grieve, and how can I excuse myself for the way I've behaved when I'm grieving. Tyler, this character, he's someone who grieves in ways that people may go, oh, he's a bit erratic, or he's this, and from the outside, it's like, what is this? But it was, for me, I had a lot of empathy, and it was immediately like, okay, I need to understand this, because for me to understand him, in a weird way, maybe it will teach me more about myself as well. It was very fascinating how that came about. So I thankfully got to have a lot of input with how Tyler was like as well. There was a lot of sit-down conversations between all of us about who these characters are, who Tyler is, and who's Jordan. Because as much as we talk about Tyler's mental health, we also look into Jordan's mental health. We also look into different perspectives of people who are affected by grief and how they cope. We have a grieving family in this story who all three of these young men, or these men, they deal with grief in their own ways. Tyler's very much just trying to bleed it into his work. His brother is trying to literally escape to go to work and just bring money into the house however he can, because that's a way of escaping and a way of coping, which is something that a lot of people do. And of course, the father's become way more quiet in a sense. He's just he's more stay at home, and he's just more okay. Let me just be the patriarch who's just going to take care of everyone. So it's very interesting how these very different perspectives of grief come together. So I think it just being in the universe of the story, it was just very interesting seeing these different things and being like, okay, let's understand, let's empathize, and let's So that was very interesting and very necessary, I guess, in this process for me. And that's why, like, it had to be something I take on. I was very grateful for it as well, because of course, as an actor, is wonderful, but I think the person really needed that, which is so yeah.
Yeah. You feel like you got your own like
for sure.
sense of like meaning making through just playing the character and like seeing, I guess, maybe like the different angles of grief. Because when I was watching it, I can't lie, I was thinking, okay, if I was like on the outside looking in at Tyler and how I would be like, what is going like, it is really erratic. Like, there's guys, sorry, there's some spoilers in this.
Go ahead.
I haven't been able to watch the whole thing.
They're perfect.
But I saw it, and there's a fight. He ends up fighting with someone, ripping off his shirt and fighting, and then he's going through I guess a breakup as well at the same time. So then you see the anger with that, but then you see the hurt and the distraught with it. You see him like kind of fighting to provide for his family, but at the same time like doubting his ability to do that. Like, it's really, dare I say, like, it's a bit chaotic.
Yes, it's very chaotic.
Really chaotic. But I think it's a good representation of how some people would deal with grief. So it's interesting that you were able to, I guess, like, go through the character and think about it from different angles.
100%.
So yeah, I think it was a really good depiction of it.
Thank you so much. I think that's amazing, because I think that's what the most important thing was for us, to not tidy it up too much. But of course, because at the end of the day, if you make it look pretty or whatever, for people, it's not a true representation of that, and they don't feel seen. I think one thing that we always wanted to wrestle with was making Tyler empathetic. He doesn't have to be the most likable. And I remember there were times where we read the screenplay where I know Daniel would be like, is he too unlikable here? And to be honest, I'd look at this and I say, no, I think it's good to have the ugly in there. I'd reassure him in that way, like, it's good to have the ugly in there. I think this is perfect, because grief is not pretty. And you know that for sure, and I know that for sure. And we know that he has to be represented in a way that at least people seeing this will empathize. We got to trust that they will, and which they do. But ultimately, it is chaotic, and he's not the most lovable at times. He's not likable. He's not. Exactly. He's not likable. And that's,
No, there was parts. Again, it's like you flick between. Like having some empathy, but then it's you can see the pain he's causing other people, and again, like, you can understand that someone's going through grief, but sometimes the feeling can mean that you act in ways that is foreign to the people that you love, and it makes you so distant from those people. And I guess it can be interpreted as like selfish or destructive or whatever. So in that, again, just like face value, you can be like, oh, this is not nice to look at. This is not pleasant. This is not a likable person right now. Yeah, and so there's parts where he wasn't likable.
Absolutely.
Who do you like the most?
Who do I like the most? Oh, that's a good question. Who do I like the most?
And who plays who as well?
Yes.
Just so our audience can see and know.
Yes.
You said
absolutely.
Who plays who?
So I play Tyler. This film director who's going through the grief and is very chaotic and everything. And I'm Tyler, and
then I'm Jordan. So I'm the videographer. He hires on the day, so we meet in that film. That all happens in like one day. And what's a fun fact, actually, the first scene we filmed was us meeting in the film, because, we meet each other. That was the first time me and Micah actually met.
Oh, how is it?
Yeah, even though he said we had a film done before. We never met each other because we were in different scenes.
Yes.
Okay.
We were in the same film before. We never met each other. Only had each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then when we were doing like, hi, you must be Jordan and Tyler. Like we just like literally just met that time as well. So it just Daniel wanted to keep it a bit more like real
reactions kind of.
Yeah.
It was so funny that day because when I met you, he went up to me and he said, "Nice to meet you." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like I know you."
Yeah.
But it was funny, yeah, because it's Instagram. But that's how funny like parasocial relationships are because I've seen it so much on Instagram. Like I felt, and I've spoken to you on Instagram, but it felt like to me, I was like, "Yeah, it's just nice to see you again." But it's true, we had never actually met until that day. So that was that I learned a lot that day. That was kind of crazy.
I'm just curious because the message that you guys are kind of pushing out there, such a strong message and a positive one, but the material and the actors and the characters you get into is quite deep.
Yes.
Right? So I'm just wondering, especially where you're speaking about grief and loss and all these kind of things, and you potentially resonate with some of these elements of these characters.
Yeah.
How do you separate? Because as therapists, we kind of take on a lot of people's emotions and difficult experiences, and there has to be a way for you to kind of separate and not take some of that outside the therapy room. How do you do that in terms of when it's acting on scene, on set?
Amazing question.
I got asked this. I think I got asked something similar like this at the premiere about, and it's quite a common thing where like, because people really think like can be quite tough. Like sometimes you can go home thinking about it, but I kind of focus myself on things I enjoy doing because I know at the end of the day it is work. But I try to focus myself around things I enjoy doing because it is quite a mental toll, and especially for the certain scenes that are really bad for myself in the film, where I have to like rethink of something that maybe similarities that happened to me with Jordan's character. So to get out of that, it's literally just going back to things that I enjoy doing. You know, going home, speaking to friends on the phone, watching a good movie and stuff, just to really separate it. I like to really. Like these lot know, like when it comes to like, because I'm doing the social media for the page, I like to just keep work and then home stuff like separate a lot of times because I don't like taking work home, all the time. But obviously with social media you have to anyway. But like with the film and that question you asked, it just has to be as soon as you go through the door. I don't really talk about it. Like my parents are like, how's filming? And I'll be like, yeah, it's alright. Even though you try like his character maybe try to do something crazy, like the fight scene. I'll be like, yeah, it was minor, nothing happened really. So just that type of mental break, really. I think.
What you're describing sounds like you managed everything really well, but I'm wondering if there was any times where you felt like this is just a bit much now, or it was actually a struggle to get through the filming, or the impact of the filming. Was there any time where you were like, this is actually really difficult? Because it sounds like you resonated with both of you resonated with your characters at certain points.
I don't think like in the terms of the film with our characters anything was difficult, like too difficult to stop. Normal filming, you know, times run longer than others. Nothing always goes to plan with like schedules and stuff like that. I said that before, like my car almost broke down. That was a struggle. I know it's nothing to do with the film, but no, I just did a lot of practice at home. I know I had a certain scene that was like probably my hardest one, and after that, I kind of needed a break on the day, so I wasn't really thinking like this is too much, but I just like I need like 5-10 minutes, like 5 minutes in the bathroom or something, because that was like such a mental. Challenge, but I wouldn't like we never had a point where we need to stop. Like we all had like we knew what we wanted to do, had a goal towards it. And
shout out to both of you because it sounds like you're both really self-aware. You're like, okay, I need a break now, or okay, I need to go home and just watch a movie. And you were quite on top of it throughout. It sounds like
brilliantly acted. That scene was
What scene are you talking about? Sorry, I've seen it. Yeah, so I'm trying to think what scene it is.
I mean, it's part where I'm not trying to give away too much.
Spoiler alert.
A lot of people don't.
At the end.
Yeah, the bit that's focused on like people don't know about that because we never showed that in the trailers. You know,
okay.
It is a documentary film. But it's that that part like.
It gets a lot
my
for your
focus,
character.
if you know.
Yeah. I
It
didn't know
gets a lot for your character. It gets a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, likewise. I'd say for me, to answer your question, what times for me, I think it was more, for me, I thought it was quite, the longer I got into the character, the more I could kind of see where his anger would rise, for example. So letting that kind of just erupt was not the most difficult, but I think it was actually the in between, where there were feelings of resentment and conflict. I think that was the tough part for me, because you'd feel it in your chest a bit. You'd really feel, and when you have to really understand that resentment for even the people that you lost, because he kind of resents the person he loses in this movie, because of how it happens and all of that. And of course, when you have to reason that with yourself, it's like that's horrible. Like, it's horrible to resent someone for passing, but at the same time, you have to kind of reckon with that and understand that. So it was understanding that side, and in a weird way, even kind of relating to that, it was weird to kind of look into yourself and go, oh goodness, that exists, and to try and tie that, and to really understand it within yourself. So that was the hard part, because it was, I guess as an actor, you want to empathize as much as possible, and you in a sense, you have to kind of agree to what that character's doing in that moment. So I think that was probably the hardest part, to portray that middle side, where it's not just eruption and big crazy scene, but like kind of the middle moments where it's kind of in between. He's kind of just seething, and he's trying to keep it together, and he's not. So that was the hardest part. But I think for me, coming out of that, Daniel would always say, we're not doing any of this method. No method. No method.
Okay.
He was like, no method. You're not taking this home with you. It stays here, and it stays here until you go. You ain't leaving this place until you're all zen, you're all good. So that's why the whole watching movies thing was great as well, because we'd always watch something, or we'd always just be zen and just let all the energy go. And then when it's gone, cab back or whatever, back home safely.
Cab back. Me the cab.
Oh,
Me the cab.
Uber driver.
No Uber home. No Uber home.
Yeah.
Didn't say no Uber
This
home.
it's complex feeling. Like you said, the middle ground is like the complex feeling. Like sometimes the explosive stuff is easier because you can just get it out. But when you're like sitting in the quiet and you're dealing with really complex emotions, and like a lot of time when I'm at work, people are saying like really dark stuff out loud, and they're almost trying to convince me that they're not a bad person for feeling it, and I'm like, it's all right. Like people feel really complex and like dark things, quote unquote dark things about people that they love, parents to children, wife to husbands, spouses, whatever. So you being able to like talk about that and portray it, I think is really important, because it normalizes the fact that sometimes it isn't just black and white. You're going to be angry then sad. There's all of that middle ground as well. So I think it's important that you do that.
Absolutely. I love that you mentioned. I'm sorry, I'm throwing a question back at you, because as therapists, this is, I think that's very fascinating. How is it like when you do deal with people who have these kind of complex thoughts and they have to just release it onto you? I guess how is it like for you guys in a way? Do you have to release it, just take it home? What's that process like for you as well?
Oh, you mean for us? It's like
because I'm just
okay.
You said that and I was like, wow, yeah, that's true actually. I was like a therapist taking all these different emotions.
Yeah.
It can be a lot at some times. It depends. I get this question a lot, understandably. I think it comes in peaks and troughs. So there's times in which it's fine, and with more experience, you get better at kind of being able to manage it. The things that work for you. It could be watching a film. It could be going out with your friends. I'm a person outside of being a psychologist, so I make sure that I lean into that. I'm a clown. Sometimes I'm like, you can take me seriously because I'm a clown. So I make sure like I still have that side of me. But then there are times where like something's going on in my life and it's so close to what you're going through, and you're like, and then you have to kind of sometimes at the extreme end think, can I even work with this person right now? Is this even the best thing to do? Like, is it even ethical for me to work with this person? That's like the real, like when it gets really, really bad. But then leading up to that, you might we have supervisors. So you're always kind of being supervised, watched in terms of the work that you're doing, but also to check in with you. Like, how is your stuff potentially showing up here. How do we deal with that? What do you need to put in place to make sure that it doesn't impact people too much? And a lot of self-care as well. So yeah, it's peaks and troughs. There's times where like you're flying and it's fine. It gets honestly, it gets easier with experience. It gets a lot easier with experience. But I don't know, what do you guys think?
I think everyone has their different ways. Yeah. So for me, because of my context and what I work in with oncology, so cancer, I deal with loss a lot in terms of people passing. So I think for me is what I do a lot of the time is in supervision, I create that space for the person and I kind of speak about like highlights in a sense. Yeah. So things that, for example, that was really charismatic about the person, I really liked or enjoyed or I found funny, I mark that they're passing in some way. So it might be me taking it to supervision, or it could literally be me walking around our hospital ground and like 10, 15 minutes just thinking and remembering that person. Because as I said, for me, I go through losing people, patient-wise, a lot. So when you guys are speaking about grief and all these kind of things, that resonates in terms of me therapeutically, because for my job, that's what we deal with, whether it's working therapeutically or you experience it from the passing of the person you're working with, you know? But besides that, that's just me talking about work. Outside of that, it's like what you guys said. If it's been a really heavy day, it's thinking about, okay, when I go home, Netflix, Love is Blind, Love Island, something like that, light, something that's completely not serious. That's going on. I'm not saying that Love is Blind is not serious, but just in case, just in case. But that's how I kind of deal with things for sure.
Amazing. I definitely think for me though, dealing with these different cases that we might have has bled into my own personal life. I can be quite avoidant of things anyway, but in my own personal life, if I feel like this is very uncomfortable and actually I don't feel like I have the energy or capacity to deal with something, I put it to the side. So I externalize. I might say something, but once I've said something or I've written something down, that's it, that's done. And that's not necessarily always the healthiest thing to do, but it's something I do to deal with work. And now I'm doing it in my personal life because I've been doing it for so long, so many years. I used to be a social worker as well, so sometimes I'd go to work and see some of the most upsetting things, but if you bring it home, it literally makes you sick. So I think it's a coping strategy I've built over the years, but doing it so much and for so long, it does bleed into my own life and my own personal relationships. And it's something I've noticed. It's not the best habit, but it's how I cope. It's the way I cope. It's just I let it out. So whether it's in professionally, we have this supervision thing. So whether it's in supervision, speaking to colleagues, in my personal life, it might be speaking to friends, fam. But once that conversation is done, it's done, and I completely pack it away in my cupboard, the cupboard in my mind, which isn't always helpful. Sometimes it is, but it's not the healthiest thing. But yeah.
I hear it. Thank you so much, because I'm actually quite similar. I am quite avoidant, and I actually only realised that like. I think someone told me like 2 months ago. I think my housemate told me. Like, with a person, I was like, huh. Yeah, I think so.
It's a coping strategy.
It is.
It's how we deal with things, and it's easier. Sometimes avoidance is a cop out. I think, but sometimes also you have to do what you need to do to protect yourself in that moment, because you don't have the capacity to
100%.
to face things there, then, now, and all at once. It's a gradual thing.
Exactly.
For some people.
Yeah.
Out of interest, doing this film, because I can speak for myself. Sometimes therapists, we learn things through therapy, even for the people we're working with. With doing this film, was there anything that you guys kind of learned about yourself along the way?
Ooh, that's an amazing question. Do you want to go first or shall I?
Yeah, no, I definitely learned. I mean, me, you, Daniel got closer for a fact in this film. And I think just learning about people, like just because Tyler's mental health and then realizing a lot of people do go through this, it's just learning about maybe what to do if we come across people like that in real life as well. Because I realize in like my character, there's certain things that I wouldn't have done. How he spoke to Tyler, going through what he was going through, and just being a bit more patient and caring for certain people, and even with ourselves, that we were all going through certain things as well, and it brought us closer together, and we could, we can talk to each other about it more and stuff like that, and just being a bit more patient with one another, and just communication just got better, and everything. It just helped from the start of the film to the end, and where we are now. I realized towards the last part of the film, we started doing more efficiently together because we understood each other better than like the first day, for example. And that's because it felt more like brothers working rather than just here first day meeting, just people 100%. Working. That makes sense. So that's what I think I learned the most through this.
Yeah, I'd echo that, and I'd say, I guess for what I learned about myself personally, I think I definitely learned that I'm, even though I've always imagined I'm so open-minded, etc., that there's so much more of a mind to open in a sense. So I learned I'm someone who's definitely going to continue learning in this life. And I think what I learned was that I used to not allow myself to trip and make mistakes as much. And I think through this process and seeing Tyler and Jordan's relationship and the way we've had to empathize with these characters and understand these characters has in turn allowed us to, especially for me, give myself permission to fall and get up and to not be so prideful about everything. I think, because if there's anything, there's one word, I think Tyler has a lot of pride despite everything, even with grief, even when people around him are like, Tyler, like, we see you're hurting, let us in. It's like, no, I can provide and I can do all of this. There's still that innate pride that's there. And I did feel that I think I have pride of my own, not like Tyler's, but it all comes in different, disguises. And there's that pride I've always had. I'm like, oh, let's let that go. Tyler has his own. It's a bit explosive. Mine, it might be a bit more deep rooted. I can push that away. It might be quieter. I'm more like, I can do this myself. Don't fall. But I've allowed myself to go, okay, you can fall over. You can trust people around you. Because they do want that. And I guess when you see it from the point of view of someone that you want to win, who is your character, and see the people around them wanting them to win also, and you're just, you're watching, you're like, oh my goodness, let them in. It's helped me look at myself and go, oh, let people in. And I think what was so beautiful working with Rico and Daniel in this process was that we had to trust each other. We had to. Because that's what we've allowed. That's the space we've allowed. So that was a beautiful, I guess, first step to that. And you just continue going. So that taught me a lot. And of course, checking in with each other and making sure that we were okay was another step towards that. Because it's like, oh wow, like, it's the little things. It's the little things that do go a long way. So yeah, this has been a very... I learned that a lot about myself, and it's been a healing process, to be honest, from there. So yeah.
Pride. No, you know what? Because you guys are focusing on, there's a focus on men in the film, right? And I think all of them showed pride in different ways, and there's like, it's a common trait that we see with men, right? When it comes to dealing with anything vulnerable, your character's in a relationship that is. How do I explain the relationship?
The pause.
No, it's hard because he feels a lot of pressure. He feels a lot of pressure, and the partner is very dismissive. As a very, very, very dismissive. But I think a lot from the narratives I hear from men, especially in relationships, they almost expect that that's going to be the case for them. Like, their feelings aren't going to be heard in a relationship, romantic relationship, family, whatever. So then they have the pride as like a defense almost. And I don't want to do spoilers, but I think you start to see him let go of all of that towards the end, and just kind of just
exactly that
lean into it. But yeah, there was pride. Pride came up a lot in the relationship, and then just men just not being able to let people in different ways, in all the different characters. What I guess. Why do you feel like that was important to show in the film in regards to like men and how they react to these types of things?
That's a brilliant question. I think the importance of that for sure was because in the two different ways that it's shown, they're quite different in the way it is, but it's the same thing. Like it's the same underlying thing. I think it was important for men to see this because it affects us in so many different ways. And if someone can see it and identify it and understand it, then another man will, and another man will, and then we can kind of go, okay, we're seeing the damage that can cause for ourselves if we internalize it. For Tyler, he internalizes it. And thankfully for Jordan, he kind of just sees this and goes, okay, I'm going to go the other way. So seeing, I guess, the two different ways it can go in was very interesting. Because with Tyler's girlfriend, she wants to get in, she wants to be in and help, etc. And she does, and in her ways prior to the film's actual events. But we see that it's affected in its own way. Like he takes that in how he does. But of course with Jordan, I think that fear that you mentioned, which was very key, that fear of doing so because of what he actually does go through, that a lot of men hold that, and I think it was very important to make them feel seen in that, and feel like, okay, you're not, you're the only one. And there is a way to go around that. You can either evaluate and communicate, and if it's not working, then it's not meant to be. And that's I think, a powerful thing for men, and honestly, anyone in a relationship, because the inverse is true. The inverse actually exists. A woman in a relationship can be the one that's trying to get through to man, and he's dismissive in his own way. So I think it was very important to show that you can find your way out of our relationship, or realize the worth of your own self, your own life. So I thought that exploring that in the relationships in this film in that way was very important. And these two characters, Tyler and Jordan, you see the two different ways that they go about it. So I thought that was very key for us. And I hope anyway that a lot of people saw that and go, okay, yeah, like, we're not trapped. There is a way to go about these things, even if it is to leave, if it is to communicate. Because ironically, I think a lot of things, a lot of relationships, a lot of problems can be avoided with communication and the allowance to communicate and to listen and to just walk through it as a partnership. That can do a lot, and it answer a lot of questions that we're too afraid to ask because it feels daunting, and we worry about how we're going to be perceived in our relationship. If we can just put down the front and just be, then it will solve a lot of problems. You won't end up having situations where you finally do it and then the person looks at you like, what is this? This isn't you, but it was you the whole time. You just put on the front. So yeah, I think it was important for us to really show this in that way. Yeah.
Show the
thank
vulnerability.
you.
Something that I'm also consistently getting is that there's no right or wrong way to respond to grief. What you were saying, emotion is so varied, people are so complicated. You've shown two different characters responding to grief in different ways and different relationships and situations differently as well. And I think that in itself is a message that it can look like this, but it might not look like this. And you can respond like this, but you might not respond like this. This might be helpful, but this might not be helpful, because people are so complicated and people are going to respond and have different emotions. And I think that is such an important underlying message when we speak about men and masculinity. We have ideas about how men should act, or what's the right way to respond, or what's the wrong way to respond. And I think it sounds like this piece of work is really challenging that. And I think, that's what's really important. Although it gives examples of how you respond to grief and mental health difficulties, it's saying there's other ways as well, and it's different for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do think pride for guys is like one of like our biggest killers of trying to elevate ourselves in certain ways. And it's not even a sense of like speaking up about our emotions. It just could be businesses for your work life. For example, for me, whenever people ask me, what have you learnt the most through acting? It's never something in acting. It was being able to feel comfortable putting yourself out there without worrying about judgments from other people. And I have a lot of friends that don't want to like do anything to the point where like posting something or building their business through that, because they don't want to be seen by other people. They're worried about what other people think. And that goes the same for men in talking about their emotions, how they're feeling and stuff like that. So I do feel like keep pride, of course, you know, we need it at some points, but it can really stop us from speaking up or elevating ourselves in certain ways, I think. Because I've been the same. I still am the same as well, to be honest. When I started doing acting, I was thinking this is like too cringe, or I now post as well a lot on social media. Like, it's cringe, or what if people think of me like this? Or I've started making content now properly, and people message me like, oh, I wish I could do this too, but I'm worried about other people thinking. Just do it. Like, what? Like, why? Because like tomorrow they won't even care. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's all these little things. It's not just like talking about depression and stuff like that. It can be like just your daily life. Even going up to someone to ask for directions, they don't even want to do it. They're too nervous to, or something. Or they just be like, I don't want to ask this person. It's just getting yourself out of your comfort zone and just being able to be comfortable speaking to people as well. That's what I feel like pride can be a big killer in that sense as well, especially for like his character.
100%.
That's what I think.
And it's amazing because you're incredible at the content creation. So imagine, no, I have to say, because
Big him up.
Yeah, you have to. So, well, like, thank goodness that didn't affect you. We've been robbed of that.
Yeah, that's great.
What do
You're like, no, just sorry, that sentence is a really big thing. Like, you're robbing us of seeing something really creative. You're robbing us of maybe like the next biggest hit in your example. But like for someone that maybe like wants to build something, maybe it's like they might invent something that would be like the next biggest thing. And you're robbing us of it because you're scared of it being cringe.
I have so many friends that make music. They don't want to post it. So I'm like, why? They make music, I guess, for themselves, but they don't want to show it. But they said they want to be an artist. I'm like, this is not going to work if you're going to play it to yourself. So it's not just about depression and relationship. It's just, it's almost for everything. They're like, I don't want to because I feel like people will. It's like, stop there at that sentence. When you say people, remove it.
Some of us want to two-step to your music. Release your music.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
I don't know if either of you are religious or you've got a Christian, but I'm Christian.
Yeah.
And I was told by someone that anything and everything you do is never for you. You have been put here actually for other people. So your purpose is always going to be aligned with other people, to help other people, to inspire other people, whatever the case is. Like, that's how God works. He works, his creations are interconnected. So everything you do, that if there is a purpose attached to it, it's going to help someone, it's going to connect someone, it's going to benefit someone. So that was what was coming to mind when you were speaking about your friend not releasing his music.
Amen.
Church today.
I took the church. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that. Because I'm a Christian too, and that's how I've perceived it for myself and for acting. I felt like it was something that I was brought to do. It was something I honestly didn't grow up going, I want to be an actor. I love films, but I didn't grow up going, I need to do this. It came very naturally, and it felt like a calling. And I think that's why, like, every project that I've done, it definitely feels like it has made me a better person. It's made me be someone who at least can give to the world in a way that feels purposeful. And I think that's something to hold on to, as long as, God keeps telling me to. So I love that you mentioned that. That is very important.
That's how you guys started. You said that people came up to you at the end of the screening and were saying thank you, and it's helped me in this way, and it's helped me in that way. There's so much purpose and meaning.
And that's the best part. That's the best part of it for me.
You know, you said earlier, just like a moment ago, about the two griefs our characters shown, two different. His character was showing how he was grieving, and it led to how my character show is grieving. So it might be very controversial, but I heard that people that, like, it can be very controversial. People that want to, not say they want to, but people that end up committing suicide or going down that route, some people say that can be quite selfish because the effect on everyone else behind the family member, and that's what we kind of trying to like show different levels to it. Not saying they're selfish, but there's statistics that say that a lot of people that end up, say if they were jumping, their brain automatically regrets what they've done. So it's just like, you've done this now. Obviously they've gone through what they've gone through, but now that there's a domino effect to everyone else behind, then said person could do the same, and then the next person could do the same. So it was just one of those things where we wanted to show two or multiple different characters' ways of getting through it, because we were all focused on his character, how he's feeling. But he wasn't thinking how everyone else would feel. He thought everyone would be like, that's how people think. And that's why I've heard it say some people think it's selfish, but
I think
it's
the selfish thing is interesting because calling someone selfish, or the word selfish, I think implies that someone does something in spite of, or with knowledge that, or thinking that, or with the foresight that it's going to impact other people. When you're so overwhelmed with grief, when you're so overwhelmed with low mood, your brain is ultimately, it's not even functioning optimally. So it hasn't got the foresight. It's very difficult. I won't say you can't. It's difficult to see the wider picture. It's very difficult to think, how's it going to affect X, Y, and Z? What's this? In that moment, I think a lot of people are so desperate for release from the pain that they're feeling, that their brain can't think, okay, this is going to be the ongoing implications of what I'm going to do. So I think sometimes selfish might not always be the right word, because that's not how the brain's functioning at that time. That's not how someone's thinking at that time. They're so overwhelmed. All they can think about is that pain, because it's so overwhelming. You break your leg. In that moment, you're thinking about your broken leg and the relief of pain from that in the moment. So
I saw that somewhere. I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking, wow, it just intrigued me a bit, because I would never think that at first. But how you said it that's basically it. Because I think saying that word itself seems so negative. In a sense, but obviously they're going through everything else, and all they can think about is yourself. That's what you're going to do at that point. So yeah.
And I think as well, some people feel like such a burden on everyone else. It's like, I'm actually doing you a favor. People think. So in that way of framing it, I guess it sounds selfless in a way. It's like, I'm helping people be relieved of me because they're feeling so badly about themselves and their future. So I guess the opposite could be also something for people to think about. But I think that how you phrase it about like a domino effect, I think is a bit more accurate. Is like, because we can't negate, yes, people are going to be affected and it's going to be very upsetting. But it's a domino effect, opposed to like this individual has this malicious intent to hurt us and is being selfish. But there are consequences and there's effects of it. It does impact people.
Absolutely. I think that's definitely, especially when you look at Tyler in this story, definitely I think he leans towards that mindset of, I think all of what was mentioned, the idea of the self, that like he feels like such a burden, and he's very self-aware of that. And I think it all just comes from just his mental health. He's not okay. Like he is depressed. He is, and he's trying to do right how he thinks he can, but it's, but of course it's just it makes it worse for himself, because he's putting all this on himself. So it is a mental illness, and I think that's the important part to really, of course, look into when we see this, and remember that even though it can come out in very erratic ways, and in a way that makes it almost, he looks like he's very much got it all under control. He's very smart, but he's still spiraling, which I thought was such an interesting thing about this human being, and to really get into. Every step is very calculated, but he is spiraling. He is not okay. He thinks he's being selfless, and that's, you know, and he does have selfless intent, going about the day. But he is grieving someone he loves so much, and that is the root to everything here. So it's so complex, and it just shows how complex we are, and that topic is. So it's It's a lot.
Yeah. I think he's grabbing for control. So I was watching it. So he's everything. You say he's spiraling. So everything he's doing is like a grab for like control, and like trying to make sure that the end result is the best result for everyone in his mind. Is the best result and sets people up financially. We know there's that part of the storyline. But obviously for him as well, like emotionally, he's trying to control the end result as well. So it's a lot of control trying to peep out there.
Beautifully said. That is, yeah.
You'd think I do this for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, beautiful.
So individually, if there was one message you wanted people to kind of take from this film, what would it be for both of you?
I would definitely say the message would be have empathy and perspective for everyone around you the best you can, and even for yourself. I think there is a lot of, especially in this film, there are a lot of instances where we see what happens when people kind of take it all on themselves and they allow their world to crumble upon them. And that's very relatable and it's very real, but the result of that is because they didn't forgive themselves or give themselves grace. So I'd say the message of this would be to forever remember to give as much grace as you possibly can. It can really save a life. It can save a relationship. It can save a lot of things and can really go a long way. So please have grace and perspective and love for the people around you, including and especially yourself.
Love it.
Yeah, very similar. I think the big thing to take away from it is have a lot of patience with people, and that's even for myself, because my character is not patient. I noticed, and I think Daniel has a way of typecasting his people. Right.
I love you.
And the road rage and all that. Even on the way here, I was like, I'm gonna be late. But really look to your neighbours, I think, as well, because I feel like, especially as guys, we don't really talk to each other like that and ask if we are all right mentally. Girls as well, they do it probably better than we do. So I would say take away that awareness for your friends and family and people around you more, and don't take each other for granted too much, because you don't know what's going on in their life down there, what's going on in their life over here. And be open-minded. Don't walk in and think that this guy is crazy. Just really try and understand. Some people be like, it's irrelevant. Like, he's just crazy. But like, understand why, and then take it back and ask people around you as well. That's what I think.
You know what we ask, what we say in our industry, instead of asking what's wrong with someone, what happened to you?
I love that.
That's a completely like different way of thinking about something. And again, since I learned that years and years ago, I've started applying that a little bit more, even down to the person that you see in the street that maybe is really, really struggling and doing things that I think people sometimes feel is really scary or funny. And sometimes I'm thinking, what happened to you? You never woke up, that you weren't born and this was happening. Something's happened. So I think what you said about like actually being curious about, okay, what's going on with this person is a good way of thinking about things.
Absolutely. Be curious before you're furious.
Oh, put it on a t-shirt.
I like that one. I like that one. Oh, goodness.
So who's your favourite character?
Oh gosh, I didn't even answer. Who's the favorite? Is this a cop-out? Mumsy.
Yes.
Mumsy, of course. Yeah,
that's my favourite answer. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you guys for sharing. It was really nice to hear about it. Can you tell it? We'll put it in the like bio and everything, like links and stuff. But like, do you want to tell people where to find you guys and where they can tune in?
Yeah, so the social media page is called The Worth of Life. We also got a screening coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, but we've got a screening on, was it the 15th of September? Another one in Hoddesdon at Hertfordshire Studios.
Yes.
And then we got an even bigger one again in November.
Yes.
November
20th.
November
Wow.
20th in London.
In London, yes.
Jeez, come on.
Yes.
And then people can get tickets. They'll see it on social media.
Yes,
They have
they'll see on
tickets.
social media and everything.
Yeah, if you follow the Worth of Life social
Yes.
media.
Wow.
Yes. Do you want to do your own socials?
Yeah, come on, what's going on here? I was like, yeah, there's a pause there. Yeah.
You're making
He was
content.
gonna get away. I was waiting.
Yeah, my Insta is Rico _ Bolin. Or Rico.Bolin. I've got my own Instagram handle. That's crazy.
It's dot.
Rico. Even though.
It's a real one.
Yeah, I know.
Bolin.
Yeah.
And your one.
My one is Micah Shakiri. You'll see it. I don't want to spell it out. Be like,
And 4 Deuce.
yeah.
At
Yes.
4 Deuce for the filmmaker.
Gotcha.
Follow Daniel.
Yeah.
He's made so many good films. So check it out. But this one, he said, meant something to him. So
Likewise, it's my favorite one. I think it's
I should hope so.
I think it's our favorite. Yeah.
You're leading in it.
I think it's our favorite one. Oh yeah, yeah, because I'm leading it. But yeah, so yes, yeah, Micah Shakiri, Instagram, and yeah, I think that's it. That's it, right? Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. as
Appreciate you
well.
guys.
I love this place. I keep watching.
You keep looking
Yeah,
yourself.
comments. Yeah, the people.
I'm watching you.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Oh, you know, and the people are liking the conversation, so I think it's an important conversation. So yeah, thank you.
Can you read the comment? Like I don't know if I need to go get glasses because I can't.
Nah, it's
see.
fine.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
Sorry,
actually
I
guys.
can't. I've got my
You don't
contacts
need.
in. I
Trust
can't
me,
see.
I got glasses. It doesn't help.
I must say, I'm even struggling. Guys, it's a different room. Usually,
Yeah,
you know
we're
I'm
in
on these comments, but I really can't. I'm struggling.
Usually we can see them, but I think it's because the screen's a bit further away than it would be.
Yeah.
It's hard to read.
Even with my 2020 small flex.
Hey, okay.
Don't do that. Don't do. I heard at the end.
Should we go on to our debrief?
Yeah.
Pilot.
I could be a pilot.
Yeah, because only 2020 vision people can be pilots, right?
Is it?
Yeah, because you're so high up in the sky, you need to be able to see clear as day. Otherwise, you could do something so wrong.
Oh, I didn't. You know what? That
I
would be
didn't
my
know
next career then.
I think it's.
I really wanna
that's
be a
true. Don't fact
pilot.
check me.
Really?
Yeah, so I saw a girl on TikTok and it's like a day in the life, and I said that looks banging. I want to
I
do
saw
that. She's
her.
amazing. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
Can't remember
yeah.
what her TikTok was. but-
I would hope our pilot has 2020 vision. I'll be honest with you. You guys seem so surprised.
There's nothing in the sky.
I'm
What are you
sure.
even looking at? There's just white.
Clouds.
There's nothing there.
I don't think it's that hard. I could
Really,
do it.
if you think about
I'm
it.
thinking of like a fighter pilot. I don't know about like
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't want to
pilot.
do that. I just want to do the PJs.
commercial pilot. Oh.
I want to fly the yeah. So I can fly me and my friends to
Money.
South France and all them places there. Anyway, guys, I'm fighting with this today. Welcome to our debrief. Sujit, tell us some context because you love this show. Before we play that video,
Yeah, so I've been indulging in some Love is Blind at the moment. So we have a couple who had quite a strong bond. So what's her name? It's Jordan and I think it's Jasmine, one of them. And at the moment there's a lot of discourse because, as you know, the concept of Love is Blind, you create this connection, you don't get to see this person until weeks and weeks after. And at the moment, I think Jasmine, she has my pronunciation is vitiligo and has had some difficulties growing up with it in terms of self-esteem and what's not.
Have you watched The Love Is Blind at all?
I've seen some episodes.
I haven't actually.
Okay, that's okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of discourse at the moment where they've met and it's like, it's almost like an elephant in the room, where he knew about it, but it's like their connection, now they've seen each other, is almost kind of faded in a sense.
Okay.
And it's awkward because people are like, if you actually just tell her how you feel, what the problem is, it makes it less awkward, whereas right now you're hurting her more by not really expressing how you're feeling, potentially. This is all assumption. But let's go see.
Are talking about. We'll see.
Let's go see.
What are the people them saying?
Fantasy of being married like his grandparents more than he actually wanted to be with Yas, because I never felt like he was that into her, but I think he was so dedicated to replicating what his grandparents had that he idolized, that he was willing to overlook lots of things. Ultimately, he then got backed into a corner and realized that actually, you know, they're not going down the same way, and now he has to decide, or, you know, actually what he did was drop enough hints that then she kind of has to decide. And it's not something that we haven't seen before, but it is a classic case of when a guy's like, I just want to settle down, I just want to settle down, I just want to be with someone, and then they almost like settle with you, even though you're not kind of what they want, but they want the fantasy of being married more than they want you. And then ultimately when push comes to shove, they can't actually do it because you're not actually what they want. And it was, it was sad to watch. And I think, Yaz is beautiful, beautiful energy, beautiful soul, wonderful woman. And she'll meet an amazing guy. And she's so emotionally intelligent. But I think that this is something that guys tend to do, right? Who want, something that their parents have had or their grandparents have had. And they're willing to overlook things when they shouldn't. Is it me that you want, or is it something that you've seen before that you want? Jordan wanted the fantasy of being married like his grandparents more than he actually wanted to be with Yas.
Caveat, this is her first relationship as well.
I never felt like he was that into her. But
Yeah, it's been...
Yeah, it's her first relationship.
Maybe we got... Wait, can you put the pictures up?
Yeah.
So the people can see, because I am not a Love is Blind person. Stopped watching it a while ago.
She's older.
It's on Netflix. Yeah.
She's older.
She's
than
older.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realise she was older.
Yeah.
Is that a problem, do you think, for yourself?
I don't think it's a problem, but I think sometimes that can play into certain dynamics, depending on the individuals involved. I didn't realise she was older though. So my brain is ticking. I'm like, I wonder how that was feeding into things.
Yeah.
So is Love blind?
I guess that is the...
I think the whole concept of the show is ridiculous, to be honest. It's just entertaining. I just don't.
Dr. Cheryl.
It's a good show though. It's really
It is quite engaging. Even when my sisters watch this show and they're always talking about it, and I'm always just kind of like, okay, yeah, I can't, when they do put it on, I'm in a room, I'm like, okay, this is quite fascinating. It's quite quick to grasp. Oh wow, this is what this is. But that situation is horrendous. It's an example of letting something spiral and kind of continue, and it can be something that you think, okay, I can settle and that's fine. I can love the idea of this, but then you realize it's more than just the idea. So I think that's such an interesting dilemma. It's such an interesting dilemma because I guess, is love really truly blind? And could you be blinded for how long? Could you be blinded for? In a relationship. So that sucks, because I think at the end of the day, someone's gonna get hurt. Gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
that is
she was really hurt.
Mm.
I don't. Again, I'm not watching it, but just from what I've heard, to be told or not told, sorry, but like someone dropping cues that they're not on you, they're not interested. It's so painful, because sometimes it's like, just tell me.
Yes.
Just tell me what it is. And I think some people could argue like, okay, cool, but can you not pick up on the cues? But that's not the point. Like, yes, but you also, I think, owe me some kind of like explanation about what's happening. Like, literally let me know what's happening, because then I have to fill in the gaps. And that's also not fair, because from what you said, so she has vitiligo, and I think from some clips I've seen, I think she's been quite insecure about that in the past, and that's been a thing. So she's going to start thinking that potentially it's about that, and all of her insecurities are going to come up. Do you know what I mean? And it might partly be that, and that's his own maybe like issues and stigma when it comes to it. But allow someone to like actually hear what you've got to say and be honest and truthful with them. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
110%.
And because I've watched the show a little bit, she's comparing a lot. So all the other couples are getting, for example, the females are getting a lot of like affection. A lot of women are getting affection, flowers, all these signs of love, basically. And she's not getting none of those things.
None of it.
Just for more context.
Is this when they're in the... Do they call them the pods?
Oh, they're out of the pods now.
Oh, they're out of the pods.
Yeah,
they're on their honeymoons now.
Yeah, past the honeymoon, they're living together now.
Now they're living together. People are getting flowers, doing up date night, and
everyone's talking in so lovey-dovey, and she's like,
what's he doing?
Exactly, nothing really.
But to be fair, I just wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
The people saying that, did she not pick up on the cues? Is that actually a discourse? Like, are people saying like she's was not being sharp about what was happening.
Yeah, so the context behind that as well is because it's her first relationship. So people are like...
Yeah, but then if it's your first relationship, how would you pick up on the, like, for you know, that could be normal. Like, you don't know. And that's what you're saying about the comparison. It's only when she then compares, she's like, okay, maybe this isn't normal, but she hasn't really got anything to compare it to. She has no previous experiences of what it's like to be with someone.
And you'll be surprised how much leeway you do actually get with that, because especially when you're getting to know someone, you kind of just go, oh, maybe they're just like that. There are some people that are really just like, okay, I'll just accept that, but I'm learning about you, so he's like, okay, he's just not the most affectionate person in the world. That's okay. You'll just be surprised how much that happens. So the whole pick up or cues thing, even me as a partner, I am very just like, okay, yeah, that's how you are, great. And I'm taking that on. Okay, cool. I know not to do this or not to overwhelm you with this, etc. So I actually understand completely the cues thing. I don't like to jump to conclusions, so I actually don't just jump on the cues unless you straight up just tell me, I don't want this, and I need you to tell me. So I understand her, because I need you to tell me, hey, I don't need this, and that's that, because I can just be like, okay, they're not about lovey-dovey life. That's fine. They don't like to be serenaded too much. Okay, that's fine. If you really feel for someone, you'll be surprised how much you're willing to just accept and take. So maybe the reason she doesn't jump on the cues so much, or take them on like the discourse is saying, it's probably because she is learning and having the patience to learn and go, okay, that's not how we are. Okay, am I willing to accept that? Okay, maybe there is a world where I can take that, because I'm so in love with this person, or I so want to be in a relationship with this person, that I'm willing to just have this be the life. And especially because it's the first relationship, there's nothing to compare to, like you said.
I feel like she was okay with it until she had something to compare it to. There was only a problem when she saw the flowers, or when the girls got together and was like, my man does this and my man does that. She was like, but what about me? But prior to that, it wasn't an issue until she heard my man. It wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
So I just think that was really interesting. Yeah, and I think there's something about how she understands herself. She understands herself through the lens of other people, and like what her standards are based on what other people's standards are, as opposed to her own self. I'm not entirely sure she was 100% about what she wanted.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it's because of a lack of experience, because that's patronizing. Actually, you can know what you want without having a prior relationship. But I think there's something about her not being quite sure what she felt like she wanted or what she deserved, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you think that happens a lot, though, because of the world we live in with so much social media? The comparison is... So people can be so happy if there was in a silo. And then as soon as, for example, they see everything that's going on, like, for example, by the way, she was happy to an extent. She was happy, and when she was said what was going on, she was happy until she heard everyone else.
Right.
So I'm just saying, isn't that like almost like a microcosm? Like this is what happens.
Yeah.
Comparison's the thief of joy,
right?
is what they say, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So is it really blind because they spent so much time making this bond, and all these things that we're speaking about just requires communication, right?
There's an alternative perspective. Someone said she could have felt... Sorry, I'm going to struggle to read this. She could feel something...
Don't even. Someone just commented on your glasses. I was just reading. He said he was trying to put them on for the effect.
The glasses are doing absolutely nothing.
That's what I do as well.
It says she could feel something wasn't right, but when she spoke to the other girls, that validated her concerns, and the concerns she already had, but she didn't want to bring to the surface deep down. I think she knew.
That can also be a thing, though. Like, the comparison can be a thief of joy, but it also may be a confirmation of something as well.
True.
Yeah.
And I think that's why sometimes people keep secrets from their friends about their relationships, because they're like, if I say this out loud and they confirm it, I have to make a decision about this. I might need to leave, or I might need to have a hard conversation, or whatever it might be. So I think sometimes people aren't telling the full truth to their friends when they're just in. And again, some of it is because if I do this and we compare, there's going to be confirmation, and I don't like what that's going to bring up. So I guess two things can be true. It could be a thief of joy, or it could be a confirmation of something.
So do you think if you know exactly what it is that you want and that person is giving you that what it is, but everyone around you has a different experience of what that should that person still stand firm? And is that realistic?
I feel like if you understand yourself, you would, and you know what you want and what you need, and you know how to meet your needs. And for you in that context, if you're like, okay, cool, my needs are being met, I'm actually very happy. You would stand firm, but that becomes a bit shaky when you're like, oh, but actually, is the norm that happens, but that's not happening in my relationship. But when we have dilemmas, sometimes in Letters to the Couch, we speak about relationships a lot, and we talk about what, I don't like calling them rules because I just don't like, rules sound so rigid, but a shared understanding that two people have between each other in their relationship is so different. Yes. So in someone's talking about Carnival, for example, a couple might be like, you might go to Carnival and dance with someone, and that's completely fine, and I'm okay with that. That's a shared.
I know.
It's a shared.
I know guys that.
Right. But other couples, it's a big no-no. That's you're out there cheating on me. But everyone's different.
Culture,
but that's a culture that you've come to understand and you share. Yeah. Right. It's a shared understanding. It's your own culture within your relationship. I think it gets a bit difficult when we start comparing the couple that allows the dancing to the couple that does allow dancing, because there's reasons why. Like you said, both of them, that might be a cultural thing, and they might be okay with that, and that couple doesn't. So it's not about rules, it's about the shared understanding that's had in that relationship. Like you were saying, he wasn't saying what the issue is. When that shared understanding isn't there, you're not understanding each other. Then you start comparing. That adds another layer of confusion to the mix.
100%. I've seen that especially with what you said about Carnival, with biracial relationships.
Ooh. What?
It could be simple as black and white.
Yeah.
Hold on now.
This is live. Careful now. Careful now.
Someone I know. No, generally, he was saying that it's cultural, because this is why I understood, because I actually spoke from someone I know. But he's not with his girlfriend anymore anyway. She's white as well, so, and he's not. So there's the confusion in that sense as well. That's why I was seeing it a lot in that sense too, just for the Carnival part.
But it makes sense though, because like you come into a relationship with your culture, like your histories, like your childhood, all of these things, and then you're going to have ideas about, okay, what can run in this relationship and what can't run. And some of it is going to be like automatic, and you're going to assume that the other person knows that, because sometimes we assume that people are going to move the way that we do. But that's not always the case. And sometimes, and again, going back to like, you have to say these things out loud. Yeah. Otherwise, there's no, what you're calling shared understanding. You've left the person on their own to make sense of something. And all of these gaps, that's a scary place to be for that one individual. Yeah. But also as well, it can make the problem way worse, because that's when all of their stuff can come to the surface. And now you're fighting their insecurities. I'm not saying that those are always correct, but I'm saying it's like it makes the battle harder. Yes. If you just said it from the get-go, you can you've got a bit more leeway to like have a good conversation.
Absolutely.
Because with this video, she said that he cares more about the fantasy rather than actually the person in front of him. Do you think that happens more often than not?
100%.
Especially like as people
in
start
2026.
To age.
Yes, absolutely. It happens to
fantasy of it.
It happens to a lot of people. I think so. There are a lot of people, and I hear this a lot more these days, where people in a situation where they're in love with the idea of being in love, and I've seen partners see it in each other and go, "You're in love with the idea of me, not of me," and I've learned that more as I've gotten older. So it's interesting to see the different versions of this that come to life every single day, where it comes to just settling, or if it comes to kind of just seeing things that you don't agree with, but you kind of just excuse it. And I think there's a real in between of, okay, am I just compromising for someone that I love, or am I compromising for the idea of what I want, which is a relationship? You know what's funny? Another example of this was, I don't know if you guys watched Beef on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Beef. I actually watched. It was the second season I actually watched. You watched the second season?
Yeah.
Yes. There is a choice that is made by the end of this story that it was a compromise. It was to live the life that would just be the most comfortable with someone who is willing to be in a relationship that they know there's not true love there, because they've already went through the ups and downs and went, this isn't right. But there was comfort there compared to a risky love that was out there. So I thought that was very interesting that actually does exist. I remember sitting there like, wow, that is darkly true. But then at the same time I was like, but I understand it. But wow, I think my mind pondered on what is everyday like, where you just kind of accept this isn't the love of my life, but I love this idea of we can have a family together, etc. And that's fine. Almost like a business thing. Like it's something that you have to do in this life, and you'll just sit in there. It was, and just kind of just go along with it. It was kind of like a big TV show version of Together for the Kids, that kind of thing. So that whole concept and that kind of idea, it's of just kind of being in love with the idea of love and just going with it. It's more prominent than I could have ever imagined. The older I get, the more that rings true. How long that lasts, I don't know.
It can last a long time. It can last decades.
Culturally, back in the day, they were getting married, even today in some cultures, arranged marriage is a thing. So already they've gone into it thinking, well, this is what we've got to do. It's very functional, as opposed to love. Maybe love grows in the process, but they didn't get into it. So regardless of whether they eventually fall in love or not, they've already gone in with the mindset that I'm gonna marry this person because it's what I need to do. I need to make some babies, bills need to be paid, things need to be done, and this is what we're gonna do. So it depends how you make sense of relationships. No, and for him, I think this what's his name? The guy
Jordan.
He already had in his head his own idea about this is what it is. But I think when he met her, that the reality of what he thought he wanted probably just started to fade away a little bit. I think it can work though, if you want it to work.
Speaking of the comments, that's such an interesting comment.
Is it?
I wouldn't be surprised if the show being televised impacts his desire to have that uncomfortable conversation.
I can imagine.
I thought he would. Even for me, I'd be like, oh my goodness, people are seeing this.
Yeah,
You're gonna think I'm a bad person.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the villain. Like, how do I say it in the right way to land properly? Yeah, it definitely would impact. For sure.
But he's looking more like a villain now. For not
Yes.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they're having the just raw, honest conversation, even if it potentially hurts someone. Your intention is not wrong by you having that conversation.
Did you watch the conversation when they actually broke up? Because I don't think.
Hey! What conversation is this? How far along? Don't do this. I'm still catching up. Don't do this.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
We need Men in Black in it right now.
Spoiler alert.
Well, you thought they got married? Come on,
Hey!
Be for real.
Stop! I haven't got there yet.
Come on.
I'll catch up tonight.
Will Smith, right?
Please.
That's funny.
I don't watch it.
I'm sorry, guys, if I spoiled.
No, at least you can go in wondering how rather than.
It's dark.
That's how I go when I hear like a spoiler or something.
Evening's ruined.
Coffee, by the way, he would turn anything into a positive.
I like
In
that.
their film, like when we make something crazy happen, he's like, but at least we can do this. Daniel can't even get mad anymore. It's like, I can't get mad anymore. Like when you want to be mad, you just can't now.
There you go. There's always a way around. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's all right.
I hope that I do the fantasy thing, and again, as I get older, but also like in my profession, I just realize more and more we're just walking into each other's projections all the time. Just constantly fighting and a lot of people get into relationships with a person that fits their dark side. Like their inner insecurity, the thing that they think they're missing. Have you guys heard of the concept of a repetition compulsion? No, it's a very Freudian thing. So essentially it basically says that we have these unresolved things that happen in our childhood, and we will keep playing it out and out over and over again because we think it will be different next time. And we're trying to like resolve and like cure the pain that we might have felt when we were younger. And we play it out in relationships over and over and over again. And we think it will be different, but in reality it won't because we haven't learned anything new.
Yeah.
So we get into these patterns. And a lot of the time people get into relationships with people that they hopefully can play out something with them, and it will solve something when they were younger. So if it was like I wasn't desirable when I was younger, they might go for someone that actually makes them feel undesirable because it's like, I'm going to show you that I'm desirable and I'm going to keep doing it. And then you get hurt, and then that person might have their own thing that is also playing out with you as well, and it's like this perfect storm. So a lot of the time all we're doing is like just playing that out in relationships, and that can last years. You can do that. There's this guy called Alain de Botton. I have to say it in the French accent. He's like a philosopher, and he has this business or company called the School of Life, and it's on YouTube. I really love their YouTube videos, by the way. You should watch their YouTube videos.
I'm gonna watch.
And he does loads of TED Talks about relationships and stuff, and he was saying the same thing. He was saying most of you are going to marry the wrong person on purpose. Like unconsciously. It's going to be the wrong person, but you're unconsciously doing it on purpose.
Can I ask you guys as therapists about this? You see, I did a lot of research on this thing where people break up, but it's called, situationships. So people say that can feel worse, and it goes into the sense of what you're talking about, the fantasy and the idea of someone. Maybe I'm talking about my own past self or something like that. But sometimes I was doing so much research on TikTok and stuff like that as well about it. Certain situationships can make people feel really like hurt after a breakup because, and I'm trying to figure out why. And I want to ask, is it because they were fantasizing what could have been with this person, or what could have been, or they had the idea of this is the type of person they were going to be, but then they just cut you off. And it's not the sense of just like a normal relationship, or you after a few years and you break up because you've had those few years with them. It's more like within like a first few months thing. It's just like you really start to gel with someone and they break it off. And some people really struggle with that because I think, like I said, what I found online, they started fantasizing what could have been with that person instead of accepting what has happened now. They just didn't carry on. And I just wanted to ask, like, have you ever heard that before, seen it before? Within or people call it like the 3-month rule. Have you heard of that?
When you don't have sex with someone for 3 months?
No, not that one.
Oh.
That's the one that I thought. I thought 3-month rule.
What's that one? Tell me.
It's mostly.
That one.
He already knows exactly where they're looking.
She was like, yes, that one. I was like, oh.
What's your one?
It was more, I think it's a TikTok thing. It was more of it gets to like the third month of when you're starting to see someone, and then by then they've already like cut you off. It just doesn't last past like 3 months. Like 3 months is when they say that it's given that said person enough time to understand the type of person you are, whether they want to take you serious or not. And some people struggle where they feel like they're gonna start seeing this person and be like, wow, I can actually see myself with them. By the time you're 3 months, you start to get more feelings. You might want to say something to them about that, and then that's when the other person cuts it off, and it's like, I didn't see this coming. And some people struggle with that because maybe they are fantasizing what could have been. That's why I wanted to ask if you heard of that in your sense.
So definitely heard of it and definitely worked with these things, but also a lot of time my psychologist's brain is working like pretty much all the time. So when I see certain things happen, like I'm like psychologizing it and like theorizing about it. So even the like concept of situationships has been very interesting to me from a psychological point of view for a very long time. I think it does do something where it stops the meaning making process. So our brains need to make sense of things, and we use language and rules and like stories to do that. And when it isn't contained in that way, you kind of lose it, and it starts to like ruminate and overthink and make you feel really anxious because it's like, we need an answer to this. What's going on? situationships are the perfect breeding ground for that. Like, because there's no rules. Your brain can't tell the difference. I just like this person. What do you mean? Boyfriend and girlfriend versus just talking to versus exclusive, whatever. Your brain doesn't care about that. It just likes this person. And I think when we have this idea of situationships, I think also some people, all human decency. They think, because I haven't made this thing official with you, I don't have to treat you with any decency. I can ghost you. I'm not saying people don't ghost in relationships as well. That does happen. But I think there's a narrative, again, what I see online, that you don't owe anyone anything because you were just seeing each other. And I think that really messes up the brain, because it's like, well, if it's going to end, I need something to grab onto, and you're not giving me that. So if you just disappear, or if you allow me to like have this attachment with you and fantasize about all of this stuff and make a future with you, and then it just disappears without us talking about it, what do you mean? So I think it just messes with the brain's natural way of trying to make meaning, and then you fill in the gaps. You try to fill in the gaps anyway.
So how do you just basically just accept it?
Radical acceptance.
Radical
You have to
acceptance.
radically accept it, because a lot of the time as well with situationships, you're never going to know the true answer. Even if you sit down, we need to talk closure, you don't know if that person's telling you the truth or not. So there's only so much a conversation or closure is going to do for you. You just have to accept that it didn't work. And it's obviously easier said than done. It's actually very hard to accept something, especially when there are blanks and your brain is doing what it naturally does, trying to fill in those blanks. But if you don't just accept the end rather than how did we get here, then you're going to be stuck in that trying to make sense of things. It will be a continuous loop. It is never going to end. So you just have to accept that person wasn't my person. They told me this is the reason, or maybe they haven't told me a reason. They've just left me in the dark. Like Dr. Amani was saying, sometimes people don't explain things. But ultimately, it didn't work, and that's not my person. And when people can accept that, and I'm not saying, just accept it. No, it's hard. It's a process. It's really difficult to accept things. You might have to look after yourself first, because maybe you're not in an emotional place to accept something. And once you find that balance, then you can start to accept and move on. Like, people say just move on. It is hard to move on, but you have to accept that that's not your person. And you actually also have to accept that I might not ever know or understand why things didn't work. You can do your own self-evaluation for you. Maybe I was too, I don't know, clingy, or maybe I wasn't empathetic enough, or maybe, but that's for you. It's not about what's happening externally, it's about what's happening internally, and how you have to then try and make sense of the situation. And I think one way to make sense of it is it just didn't work, and I'm not going to know the answer on that person's part, but for me, that's just not my person.
But you said there's a pattern though.
Sorry.
Because you said this is a pattern, so it wasn't like a one-off. You said this is something that someone keeps on getting drawn to. So situationship, was it a one-off?
As in for people or myself, or just in general?
No, not you. Like the scenario you gave, the situationships. Were you talking about this as like one scenario, or was this like someone who keeps on going to this repeat pattern and it gets to the point and someone cuts them off?
That could be another thing. People could go through that repeat if they're like, I don't know, some people could have that repeat of going through someone and then they cut them off and the next person cut them off. But I was just talking about situationships in itself, just wondering why, because some people find that hard, like really hard, because of the wanting to know now how our brains just want to figure out things. But what you said is really good, like it's just accepting the end rather than knowing how.
And the after bit of that, like to add on, is I will, if I'm working with someone, I'd be like, okay, what were you looking for? Like, this is telling you, like, what was this person giving you? Again, on like an emotional level, like what were you seeking out in them? And sometimes that is some acceptance, sometimes that is intimacy, it's feeling worthy of someone. Think about what it was given you and try to give it to yourself. And the reason I say try to is because I don't actually believe that we can do it 100% alone. The unfortunate thing, sorry, people, to tell you, most of your healing will come in another relationship, right? And I think sometimes we get hurt and we're like, I don't want to do that again, and you avoid it. And I think I spoke about this before. You know how sometimes there's a trend online? The girlies online will be like, I'm in lock-in mode and I'm going to like be super strict, so I'm not going to talk to anyone. But they don't meet anyone and they think that they're better. So they'll be like, I think I'm healed, or whatever the term is. well, you're not going to know, babe, until you're in a relationship with someone.
Yeah.
You have to go back. So when I say, like, think about what you were seeking out, it's one, to try and give it to yourself as much as possible. Yes, that's important. But it's also because you need to be able to manage that when you're in a new relationship with someone.
Yeah.
So I think there's a radical acceptance part is like, probably like step one, really hard to do. And then after that is like, okay, cool. This is the situation. What was I looking for? What is this teaching me? How do I make sure that next time I can be a bit more centered when I'm navigating a relationship?
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's very true.
Do a lot of these situationships, do they begin in a similar way that no strings attached begin? What would be the difference between a situationship really and no strings attached?
It's just a headache.
or is a situationship the result of no strings attached gone wrong, where we do actually have feelings now?
No
and-
clear boundaries. There's the lack of communication.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about it.
Culturally as well, the way dating's changed is different.
Yeah.
It's different. We have things like Hinge now. You can see, like, you can have a roster now. Like, that wasn't a thing years and that wasn't a thing years and years ago. So I think it's just muddied the waters of what dating is. Like, I'm pretty sure back in the day, and also my parents, I'm West African, I'm from Ghana, when they dated, I asked my mom, how did you guys get married? Like, what was the story? Like, what was the build up? It was most anticlimactic. Like, she said, oh yeah, dad just told me we're getting married, and we did. I was like, okay. there was nothing around that, but that's how they did things. Like, they might court, they might have done arranged stuff. Like, it was very, very different culturally, time and context wise. Dating looks really, really different. There's the illusion of choice. Everyone's got social media. They feel like they have access to certain people, or they feel that they can do better, so then they don't want to commit. But then you also have things like FaceTime, where you might FaceTime someone every night, and then in someone's head they might make sense of the blanks and be like, that's my boyfriend. No, it's not. It's just the man that you FaceTime every night. But that's there's so much stuff happening. It's muddy the waters of what dating is and and commitment, and how much people commit and what people commit. And I think I don't think there's one type of situationship. I think situationships can look like so many different things now, whether it's just sexual or there's some other sort of gain, whether it's maybe monetary gain. Like, there's a culture of, like, especially women gaining from men, but that becomes its own situation. It's just really messy.
My dad was the same as your
really,
and, like, with my girlfriend now and her mum as well. When we're like saying to them, like, oh, we're just seeing each other. I'm like, what the flip do you mean? We didn't do that. Like, they're like, yeah, they were like, we didn't do that. Either together or not. They're not seeing each other. None of this. They're Caribbean, so they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it wasn't a thing.
Rightly so.
Rightly so, yeah.
Big lack of boundaries. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of murky waters right now. I think we've got to a place where we know too much and we're scared of too much.
Yes.
And I think what's happening is just everyone's so defensive.
Yes.
Even what you were saying about, oh, could there be someone better? I think that's a defense mechanism for your own, I guess, narcissism. Just so you know, when we say narcissism, we actually don't always mean like personality disorder, just so you know. Everyone has a bit of narcissism in them. It's like a trait.
Yeah.
But I think what we do is like, I can do better. Yes. I can do better. And it's to fuel your own sense of insecurity, really. Yeah. And how am I going to get worth from the world if I don't have the perfect partner? And that's the message that we're told, and we're telling ourselves, and then it plays out in dating. And we're all terrified of what could happen. We've seen, unfortunately, especially in our community, media depictions and I guess our own personal experiences of not the best relationships, whether it's in your own family or just your friends or whoever, and everyone's terrified of it. So everyone's doing their most to try and fight against it, and I just don't think it's working.
Can I ask what you mentioned earlier about that guy that said most people marry the wrong person? And with that, when they do that, or if they've done that, does those relationships or marriages last, or is there now urges for them to do other, like, to see other people in that relationship, in that marriage? Do they realize they've married the wrong person? Do you know what I mean? Is it like stable because of that, or they just?
I think there could be so many different things can happen. I think all of the above, like all the possibilities can happen. It could mean that you end up stepping out, but it could mean that you guys have this really like chaotic relationship, and some people feed off a chaotic relationship. They love the up and down. absolutely love the thrill of it.
Yeah.
And they might just do that with just two people. So they're not technically cheating, but they're doing this chaotic thing for years and years and years with each other. So when you say, does it last? Yeah, I guess it can, you know? I mean, because I guess the definition of a successful marriage is one of you has to die. Right. That's how it's successful, isn't it? The death do us part. That's the only way it's successful. We don't measure it by the quality of it. So when you say, does it last? My question is, do you mean like what, to the end of time?
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
It's on paper. It's like
on paper. Yeah, I guess it lasts. But like, was it good for you? We don't know.
That's fascinating. I never heard of that fact that you mentioned about the wrong person, which is crazy to me. It's bizarre. So
if you think about it, like, how many couples do you know that are functioning in their dysfunction? The dysfunction has now become functional. So that's how it feeds down to the children. So everyone will have roles within the family home, and like, the dad might be the person that shouts, but then that makes mum feel like she's like the good person, and in all of that, it finds function in like the way the system works or the way the relationship works. So whatever is dysfunctional or whatever that thing is wrong, people can also just find ways to manage, and then it actually becomes the norm for them. It becomes function. It becomes, this is just how we are. People always talk about their dysfunctional families or their toxic. Or toxic, but it's also people thrive off it, you were saying as well.
Yes.
So it just becomes part and parcel. Like, this is just how it is. Kind of like it. Like some people are like that.
I like this about music.
But at the same time, though, that marrying the wrong person can actually end up being the right person. We talk about the work and, for example, seeing your blind spots. You can only do that, for example, by working with someone. So that person who's dysfunctional, they can work on it together and then come out the other side. So I know we're talking about all that, the negative kind of connotations of it, but they can, with time, do the work and actually, how do we keep on going around in the same spiral? That is also another alternative. So the wrong person can turn into the right one.
I love that you mentioned that, because that's also something that I think for me I've always kind of wondered. For example, I've seen people kind of fall in love with someone over time. Like I've seen it in past relationships where I remember I was much younger. I was in school, and a friend of mine was so in love with this one girl who kept turning him down. But eventually, he calls me one day being like, "Oh yeah, I just with this person." I was like, "What? Rip? Huh? This is happening?" And I remember in my head, I just could not fathom what happened there. What happened from the rejection to the love, and the eventual relationship that came from this. I guess if it was was that always there? Did just time make her feel fond for this person? I think things like that have always been quite fascinating for me. So when you mentioned the idea of the wrong person becoming right, it's still something that I believe it is true. I've seen it. It's just fascinating how that comes about. How you do just go, oh, eventually I did fall in love with you. Was it a moment? Was it something like this? Because even from my own personal experience, I think me and my partner probably, it seems like from what we've described, we fell in love with each other at different times, but we never admitted it until we sat there and went, when we talked about it, when did you fall in love with me? Because when we happened to just say the words "I love you," we clearly meant it at the time. But when did it happen? We realized it happened at different times, and it's fascinating how some people it's much longer than others, or from what I'd seen. But some people it kind of just happens at just a different time, not just too far, but just a different time. And I think from my experience, it was just from wow, I looked at something that happened, and I just knew in that moment I was in love with you. And it's just interesting how, I don't know when the brain just goes, click, I'm in love with you. But for me, that's how it happened. But I imagine for other people, it happens there. It's something that I don't think I can ever put words to understanding. But I guess, I guess from the whole wrong person turned right, it's real, but it completely bogs my mind. It's still something that I don't think I've ever put words to.
People can grow and people change. You know, I look at like stages. You know, and people will go through stages, or I think Dr. Marley likes to say seasons, like seasons in life. Yeah. You know, And at those different stages and different seasons, that's where the wrong person can turn to right. If it takes work, but you can meet each other at a point where you're both willing to do that work and see, actually, this is dysfunctional. How do we change this and move into our next season?
Yeah, it's real.
It's real.
It's very real.
Yeah. I'm bringing this back to Love is Blind. I think
It's blind, sorry, no.
but I guess like what we're talking about, I guess, shows that relationships are really complicated. And we're trying to watch this little cutesy show and hoping that these people get together in like a really like simple way. And actually in reality, it's never really that simple, is
Do you
it?
actually want them to get in a simple way, or do you like watching the...
Well, I mean, I don't watch it, but I think I think we, again, going back to fantasy, I think we have a fantasy of it going that way. But I also think we like the chaos.
Yeah.
Like, humans love chaos. We love it.
Especially
We do.
with Love Island.
I fast
Like,
forward to
they're
Diamond.
the best like popular shows. It's
Yeah.
like the cinema one or the Casa Amor. Everyone loves. It's so bad that we.
Chaos.
You know what I mean? It's bad, isn't it?
It is bad. I think it's because, again, sorry, my psychology brain. I think, we were talking about like the dark emotions. I think it's because we can start to see how, this is how this stuff plays out. Like, I feel this stuff as well, like the dark sides of us is like shown, but it's distant enough. When things are too close to us and it's scary and painful, we don't want to like see it.
Yeah.
But if it's happening over there, I can play out my own stuff through you. So I think that's why we get drawn into it. And yeah, okay, on the surface, maybe there's like like we might laugh about it, whatever. But I don't know. I think on like a deeper level, I think we're like drawn to it for that reason. Even though we still have this fantasy of everything going smoothly, because that would be the least painful experience for us. But it's just never going to be like that.
Yes. You know what's so fascinating about these shows? I remember when I used to watch these shows, like, let's say I watched Love Island, and it was like, I could see the surface level of it and go, oh, this, oh, he's terrible. And then the older I get, the more I'm like, I see why he's thinking like this. Not the best move, but I get it. Not right, but I see it. And it's so fascinating how much differently I see these shows now, where I'm just like, oh, wow, I see that choice there. I see I see the cogs. I see why. But in such an intense space, it always will come a certain way and look a certain way. It was really, I think it just stood out to me because I guess like what you mentioned, that dark psychology. You're like, oh my goodness, okay, let's see how this person does this, and I'm more invested now because I understand it. I've experienced it. But of course, for me, I had the privilege to do this privately. But of course, they do in front of everyone. So it's just like, okay, let's see what you do, and that kind of is the reason why I watch these shows when I do now. I can just walk in and sit down and be like, oh wow, okay, I see myself there. What are you about to do? So I think that's kind of why number one, these shows are so successful, and number two, why we're so drawn into them. You were kind of living vicariously through them in a weird way, and thankfully we don't have to deal with that side of us being shown there, but someone else is representing that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
100%. We really got into it.
All right.
yeah.
Big up Jordan and what was her name?
Yasmin,
Big up Jordan and Yasmin though.
good luck.
Good luck to them.
Luck to them.
Because we don't know what's going to happen.
Even if ruined. Anyways.
Guys, we got a letter to the couch.
We do.
confidence to just go and start.
There was
I
no
say no
sound.
sound. Sorry, that's why I was trying to make some signals. I was trying to get Brent.
There was no sound. Is there sound now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Sorry,
a long
girl.
paragraph.
Sorry,
That was so hard.
Should've stopped
Brent,
you
man.
soon.
No,
Sorry.
it's fine. Should we just slap my knee or something? Okay. It says, "Hi guys, can you give me some advice, please? I'm struggling to build up the confidence to go to the gym and to get fit and lose weight. I'm 18 and I've always been a big girl. Growing up, my mum would say that I was big-boned. Also, all the women in my family are big. My mum is a size 24. Looking back at my senior school photos, I can see that I was twice the size of my friends. I wasn't really bullied, but the boys would make comments about me being like the bodyguard for my girlfriends, and they would never really move to me like they would my other friends. I'm 5'8", size 18, and my boobs are a G cup. Some would say that I'm curvy or fuller figured, but I don't see myself like that. I feel fat. I want to lose some weight and have a more slender look, maybe be a size 12/14. The thing is, my friends aren't interested in going to the gym, and I feel intimidated next to the skinny girls and their really nice outfits and fit bodies. And then there's me with my big baggy t-shirt and leggings. How do I get past this and build the confidence to just go and start?"
So I'm trying to get because I can't see it in my head. Difficulty with weight, people around her.
Yeah.
Wants to lose weight, get to a size 12
/14.
/14, 12, 14, but confidence to actually go and do so.
Yeah.
And friends not willing to go with her to the gym. Okay.
How do I go and start? Baby, go and start.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so easier said than done though.
It is.
I mean, I think I should say that my job I used to work before.
Yeah.
And for the last 2 to 3 years, I used to work in social media managing for the team Eddie Abu, if you've heard of Eddie. So I left literally in June, just gone recently, just before the premiere.
Yeah.
In that last couple years, we had people in our community. I'm still part of the community, to be fair. We have over about 44,000 people now that's joined. And they have like over 8 million followers across all their platforms. And they were doing weekly or daily Zoom calls with these people, trying to go. So I tried to say this to like my mum started going as well when I started working with them. The courage in itself is more doing it for yourself, I'd say. It's hard to do as well, especially not with your friends not wanting to go. It's more uplifting yourself and being able to do it for you mainly than other people, and not worrying about what others think as well. I know that's very hard to do, especially in a gym, and especially for women, because my mum's the same. My mum felt very uncomfortable going to the certain gym, so she had to go to the one I was working at instead. Until she started going on her own. She started to go to like different gyms eventually. I tell my mum as well and other people that I see it as a job now rather than something I want to go do for myself, where I have to fit in gym after work, or I have to fit in gym now like it's a lifestyle, because that's what Eddie and my old work used to say. It's a lifestyle change where we have to go do it now. It's part of health is wealth, as they say. But the courage is really coming from yourself and just being able to get that first step in the door, and just doing that first session, not worrying about what other people think, because ultimately no one really cares about what you're doing in the gym. No one cares. No one even knows sometimes you're even there at the time until you're asking, oh, can I jump in with you or something? Okay. So that thought of people around you in the gym, I know it's hard, but like honestly, all I say to people is like no one actually worries, or no one's caring about what you're doing in the gym. You know, they're just there for themselves. Everyone's there for themselves. So being able to get the first step in the door on your own without your friends is a big step already. And then obviously following the right diets as well, because they say 70% is diet. And obviously you can follow certain nutritionists online, you know, high protein diets. That will help massively, even without going to the gym first. If you wanted to start doing diet, like we were giving people fat loss diets all the time, of eating like high protein meals, minimal carbs, vegetables, green, cruciferous vegetables. So that's Brussels sprouts, broccoli, all the greens. just doing that at first without even going to the gym just helps massively. And trying to avoid so much sugar all the time, because that will help. And sometimes once that starts, for a lot of the clients I had, once that started, they started noticing a difference, then it gave them the edge to go further, because they didn't even start gym, they just changed how they live with their food and stuff. Because a lot of food in shops now, especially now, is so hard to get clean food. So just starting with that, I think would help. And I know it's very hard, but just try to think that no one actually worries about what you're doing in that gym. They're just there for themselves. So that's my advice, I'd say.
Absolutely.
That's really, really good.
Truly
Yeah. Is the guy with the eggs?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was going to say that. I was really serious at that point.
Sorry, because you said it, and everyone was like, yeah, and I was like,
Eggs.
and then I really, okay, so there's quite a big team behind him, which is cool.
I mean, there was 8 of us, now 7. Yeah, there was a few, yeah.
Oh, wow. Sounds
I was managing his daughter's food account, so doing like the food and stuff like that. But yeah, we had a lot of people. I remember coming to work one time and some woman was crying, and I came in, she was like, "Oh, thank you so much for what you've done." And I was like, "What?" And it goes on to like the mental health thing, because she felt like this suicidal and all of that, and then she came across these videos and just changed how she ate. She'd even go to the gym, and she felt so much better. And just from that, then decided to go to the gym after. Just changing their lifestyle in what they're eating. They try to say, when you pick up something to eat, try think of the nutritional value in it rather than just having it as a snack. Because that can change so much. Sometimes having sugar in the first thing in the morning can stop your body from fat loss already. So you already messed up yourself in the morning. So just changing like your habit with your diet can help that. And then once you see that change, because I'm not going to say if, it will happen, then you will start to feel a bit more motivated in yourself to go to the gym. And even buying something so stupid for myself is like buying like and girls do it, like doing it too. When you get like a nice gym outfit, that makes you want to go even more.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean? Or if you got like a car you like, you want to drive it to the gym. Just little things that make you happy in that sense.
I think it's small steps, isn't it? Like when you're doing any kind of like big life change or a life change, it is the smallest, like take the smallest possible step that you can, whether that is, like you said, like changing your diet or saying, okay, I'm going to go for a walk first.
I was going to say.
Like maybe it doesn't need to be the gym. Maybe I'm going to go for a walk first and then get used to doing that in the morning. And then maybe the walk is to the gym and you do that once a week. Like slowly builds it up, I think.
Someone put wait the fuck up on the thing.
Oh, that's his motto, isn't it?
I think one of you said it earlier is want to do it for yourself first, before anyone else. It could be quite a slippery slope, and you can keep on moving the goalpost based on other people's opinions, which is ever changing, you know. And that's why I asked, is like 12, 14, like what does that actually look like for you? Is it a scale kind of measurement you're looking for? Is it a look? Like what is it that you actually want? You have to be quite mindful.
Sometimes it was hard, even for myself, when I started working with these guys. I tried to tell my mum, it's your friends and family that was the hardest to help, rather than other people. Other people listen. It's like the social media thing. Strangers tend to support you more than your friends, they say a lot of times. Not like they support, but they react more on your videos and stuff like that. I was trying to tell my dad, try to stop having like this, for example, like these type of oats every day or all the time, and he didn't do it as much until you might have seen it on like the BBC or then decided to try it. Then but that's what it is. When it's on BBC, it's like, oh wow, mate, he comes to me, oh that looks quite interesting. Why didn't I do that? I was like, I've been telling you the last how long. So and then once you start doing it for yourself, sometimes your friends realize, they might look at you and be like, wow, you look amazing, and then they will join you after. It's like sometimes you got to set the stone for people all the time, for your friends especially. But it is hard when you can be quite, myself sometimes I used to be quite dependent on my friends wanting to start social media on like YouTube videos. I didn't want to do it because they didn't want to do it. But now I get older, I'm like, I could just do it by myself. And they would be like, oh wow, maybe I'll join in after. So it's just taking that first step. It's the hardest step, but it becomes easier after.
For sure.
And then, like you said, what's your reason behind it? little brain science here. If you tap into like a deeper like core value about why you want to do something instead of like a more superficial type of goal, you're more likely to have the motivation to do it. So like again, like okay, yeah, part of it could be you want to look good. That's fine. I'm not going to judge you for wanting to look nice. Everyone wants to look good. But if you can be like, okay, cool, I really want to do this because it's important to me to be able to be, I don't know, mobile when I'm like 40 years old, because I want to be able to play with potential kids or something. Like that's a deeper reason that is a bit more like on a neurological level can motivate a little bit more, and it's long standing than how you look, which is still a good byproduct.
Or wanting to be desired, which is also understandable, but it's fickle. Someone would desire you today and not tomorrow. Like it's not meaningful in the same way as wanting to look after yourself. I was in the gym and an older man approached me and he's like, I'm so happy you're here. Just like, what are you trying to say? He's like, no, this is so good to see young people in the gym because this is one of the only things you actually truly do for yourself. You get up, you go to work. It's not really for yourself. You get up, you go to social occasions. Yeah, it's fun, but the gym is one of the few things you can really do for yourself, and it's how you show yourself compassion and love, and it's just something for you. So he was just like, yeah, go you. And I was like, okay, thank you. But that really stuck with me. It reminded me of that when she was talking, and it sounds like at the moment it's something she wants, but I think she needs to remind herself of why it's for herself. It's just what you were saying, why is it important to her, rather than wanting to be desired by other people who will desire you tomorrow and they won't desire you the next day. Like especially around that age, like young men and women can both be very fickle. That is not the most meaningful rationale, I'd say, to go to the gym. I'd say, like you were saying, find something really meaningful for you, that's important to you, that's important to you.
And be compassionate. Like you were talking earlier about like being kind to yourself. Like you're doing something new, and when people are doing so when like people come to me and we're like working on like changing a habit or doing something new, whatever it is, they can be really hard on themselves because they want it to be like they want to change tomorrow. In reality, no one changes. Like it doesn't happen. And people get really like strict on themselves and criticize themselves a lot. And I say, when a baby is learning to walk and it's crawling and it does this and then it falls down, do you say, I might as well stay down then? No, we go, oh my God, no, you're doing so well. Instead of, like, that's the kind of encouragement you have to kind of give yourself as well. Like we acknowledge that a baby is doing something new and we give them kind of really like encouragement and praise, but we don't do that to ourselves when we're doing something new. Like it's going to be hard because you're doing something new. You're going to mess up, you're going to fail, but you're going to learn from it and it's okay. And if you're really struggling, another thing I'll ask people is like, think about, sometimes we want to hold on to our old habits because they still serve us in some way. Even we were just talking about relationships and like why do we say because chaotic relationships, because it still serves it, like we kind of like it on the low, right? So there might be something about staying the same that feels really good as well. And like, what is it that you have to give up to make a change? Is it your comfort zone? Is it the fact that if I actually go out there and put myself out there, I'm being perceived? Why is being perceived so scary to you? So sometimes it's like there's some deeper work to it as well. So I think whilst you're figuring all of that stuff out, just be like good to yourself. Be nice to yourself.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, being nice to themselves. You are your own.
Your worst critic.
Your worst critic. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Even today, I was at the shop, Sports Direct.
Still going.
Sports Direct, yeah. Big up Sports. Yeah.
You know, I had that exact same thought days ago, literal days ago, where someone said the exact same thing. And
oh, really?
And I had to be like, oh, and I was like, oh, they are still going.
Yeah, big up Sports Direct.
Yeah, they got design and
Yeah, they got loads of stuff. My discounted Nike and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I realized they leveled up.
There's Yeezys there.
Yeah. They have
all there. They went up there.
Exactly.
The Yeezys.
If anything, they quietly got better.
Well, I was talking to the cashier and I was staring at her skin because she had incredible skin. I was like, you have the most incredible skin. And I told her, and she was like, oh my God, people always tell me that, but oh, really? And she was like, what about this and this and this? And I was like, I'm not seeing any of that at all. Like, we're too zoomed in on ourselves. Again, going back to the dilemma, like maybe you're zoomed in on what people might be thinking, but they might be thinking really good. If they are thinking of you, maybe it's really good things. And if at all, because they might not even be thinking about you. You know what I mean? So there's a possibility that they could be thinking really good things.
Yeah. Everyone's like never satisfied. And that's another thing with gym though. I think there's like PTs as well. They'd be like, I've gained a bit of weight here, and they'd be like, come on, man. Like, do you know what I mean?
2% body fat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gets into that mentality, and you'd be like grabbing your lower belly all the time. Be like, what's going on here? But no, it's like a good thing for you. Like what you were saying. I think it's like people say it's like a life investment, so you can be older and move like really well. When I was doing this delivery job before I joined Eddie's, I was delivering like stuff for people in need, people in care and stuff like walking sticks, Zimmer frames, and we delivered to this old lady's house, and me and my mate had to take it upstairs. She was like, "Oh, follow me," and she jogged up them stairs so quickly, and I was even quicker than me. I was thinking, God, I'm tired. I had carrying the thing, and my mate was like, how she was like, guess how old I am? And we were like, I don't know, like 60, 70. She said like 92.
No.
And we were like, what? We were like, what's your secret? And she said, just eat well, exercise and sleep. And that was it really. But I've never seen that in my life. Like an old person go up that quick on the stairs, like fine.
Pick her up, man.
Yeah.
Sleep is key.
Sleep, yeah, definitely.
Sleep is key.
Do we get enough sleep here?
No.
There you go. That's one.
That's an ongoing thing, isn't it?
It ages your brain as well. Like it puts you at lack of sleep.
Oh, sleep.
Yeah, it ages your brain. Like, so it puts you at higher risk of like neurodegenerative disorders, things like Alzheimer's. Like it can.
Really?
Yeah, it's like really bad for you. I think they said it's like even worse than like certain drugs and alcohol. Is so bad.
You're better off taking the drugs to go to sleep.
I mean, that logic, I don't know, but yeah, saying it's detrimental.
I like it. So what's her take homes?
Start small.
Think about your reason why. Your why. Why do you want to go to the gym and what for? So to keep that motivation, keep you motivated, and the why should be to do with you as opposed to anybody else or anything else outside of you.
Yeah, always you first.
Yeah. Don't rely only on motivation. Motivation's a feeling, comes and goes like any other feeling.
Yeah, literally.
You have to have systems in place.
Yes.
So I don't want to have to think when I go to the gym. As in, I don't want to think I need to do this and then this and then this. I pay for someone to write my plans for me.
Yeah.
Now again, that's a financial thing I
Resources.
can do. So not everyone can, but I mean, like, my point is that if you can outsource something to make you feel less. Oh yeah, ChatGPT it.
Sorry, PTs.
You're gonna put them out of
Sorry,
business.
PTs. You can chat GPT.
People on TikTok that have plans, they'll be like, on leg day, do this, this, on this.
Yeah, true.
Arm and back, do this,
For
this,
free.
this, and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to save some money. Sorry.
That's why I said, like, I try to tell, like, my mum, for example, like, think of it as a job. Like, sometimes some people, not everyone wants to go, even Cristiano Ronaldo, like, doesn't even want to train every day. No one wants to go to work. Not a lot of people don't want to go to work every day, but you have to. And I try to say, like, try and think of it as, like, your job in a sense, like a mental thing to try and switch your attitude at first, and maybe you might enjoy it after. Yeah, but that's because motivation is.
Yeah, it's fleeting.
Yeah.
What about yourself? One message.
Yes. I would absolutely say, first of all, the job, make it a job. Think of it for yourself and really just take that step forward. I'd say take that step forward because from my personal experience as well, I just felt like I needed to just try something. I don't know if it was because I just thought, okay, let's just try release. So those moments of, if there's anything in your life, I'd say for her, all these things, go to the gym and release it through the gym and just see how that feels and continue with that, because I promise you, if anything, take away from how you look or how you feel or whatever, let it be a release. It's probably the gym's probably the space where you get to release the most, and no one is going to judge you. If anything, they're going to support you. The amount of times that I've been in the gym and people have saved my life, literally, it's been amazing. And they never judge you. They're just like, okay, you're great. We're happy you're great. Keep going. So do that, and you will be seen by yourself. You'll feel seen because you've showed up, released, and you got to go back to your life, and you can do from there, and you just feel a little less stress on your body.
Love it.
I would say treat it like a job. So show up and be really intentional, diarize it. Even when you don't feel like it, or even when you're having a good day, just keep showing up because we have to for work. That's what I would say. Whether you like it or not, we gotta keep going.
You keep going, eh?
Keep swimming. What's that, Dory?
Keep swimming.
Yeah,
Just keep swimming.
Yeah,
Keep swimming.
Like it does. Sometimes it doesn't even need to be gym for training. You can start with swimming, yoga, all these home exercises to get you into that motivation. I think. Then the gym, because I know some people think the gym is like the pinnacle, like the boss, where it's like it's so overwhelming, and it can be for people at first, but like not all exercise has to be through that. You can do it other ways. If someone on there says there's walking clubs, running clubs,
and they're very helpful.
I've actually lost the most weight walking. Like when I was hitting 15,000 to 20k consistently. Snatched.
Yeah.
What's it called when you're in walking? You're in that fat loss. It's on like the treadmills. It's in like you're in that
Zone 2?
It's like a
Zone 2?
Zone 2, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is that all you need to be zone 2?
Yeah, if you want to burn fat, Zone 2. Like walking wise, you can do that, Zone 2.
Yeah.
But people also do Zone 2. Like, anyway, you're going to get me off on a tangent running.
I knew
Come
You're
out.
going to get me on a tangent. Zone 2 running. But anyways.
Wrap us up then.
Wrap us up. So, guys, in terms of your socials, one more time, please, for people.
At Micah Shakiri, that's at MICAHTSEKIRI on Instagram.
Come on.
And myself at Rico.Bolin. That's at RICO.BOWLIN. And also our movie is at The Worth of Life.
And where can they see your movie? When's the screening? Tell me what everything.
Yes, we have a screening. Yes, we have a screening on the 15th of September at Hoddesdon, Hertfordshire Studios, and Friday 20th of November we have a screening here in Shoreditch, London, Close Up Film Cinema.
Love that.
Which is very exciting.
Guys, come to it in September.
Yes.
I want to see it for sure.
Exactly. We could,
Let us know.
Of course.
Well,
Yes,
15th.
absolutely.
I need to look.
We're looking at the calendar.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that privately. That's
But
good.
guys, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank
I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Enjoyed speaking to you guys.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Also, we love
Yeah.
a guest that asks us questions.
For sure.
Like, that was giving.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that was giving. I love that. We love that.
Oh, thank
But
you.
I don't know what episode we're on. However,
We're gonna lose count.
we're gonna lose count. But guys, have a lovely weekend. Everyone enjoy Carnival.
Come on.
Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Wind your
We're
waist.
out. Peace. Carnival time.